Hello crafters, and welcome to this week's From Picture to Page and Beyond Papercraft Show update. Now I'm Michelle Brown, creator and director at From Picture to Page, where we nurture your creativity with in-person and online events, and I am so excited that you're joining me here for this week's update. Now, whether you're watching us here live or whether you're watching a replay, pop in the comments, say hello, ask any questions, and continue to be part of our gorgeous crafting community because we love to have you there. So this week we've got a bit of an unusual dash of inspiration. We've got all the news from our upcoming online craft show. We're going to talk about other upcoming events, and of course we've got our Sandown show coming in October. So I hope you are ready to jump in. So this week's Dash of Inspiration is a little bit different from usual. I'd like to ask you, what do you do when you're disappointed with what you've created? I think sometimes we talk about the joy that crafting can bring us and how great it can be and how we can make friends and get new supplies and all that exciting stuff, but sometimes we don't talk about the downside of it. Now, as always, this came up from a moment that I had on the weekend. I spent quite a few hours on Saturday making this book. And while I actually do like it, after I'd finished with it, I was quite disappointed. And I thought that was an opportunity to try and figure out why, because I still did like it. I liked the colours. I was happy with how the binding ended up. I thought it ended up okay. But I realised that I wasn't so much disappointed, but I was just frustrated because it wasn't finished. And that can be the challenge sometimes when we make bigger and more complex things. While I had finished putting the book together, I hadn't actually finished the project. I wanted to tie things onto the spine, but I couldn't do that until I'd filled in the pages. Now this has got 2 signatures of about 10 pages each. So suddenly I've got, something like 20 or 40 card front sizes that I'll need to decorate. And there's so much to do, and I really just wanted it done. So I realised that the disappointment there wasn't so much that I wasn't happy with the product, but that was frustrated that I wasn't finished. So as I was thinking about some of the other times when we've been disappointed in what I'm creating, I thought it was a chance for us to have a chat about it. So sometimes we get disappointed when it doesn't look the same as what we were expecting it to. Now that might be whether we're in a class or you've seen something online. And I think we need to ask ourselves, well, if it doesn't look the same, why is that? Has this person had more experience than us who created it? Did they perhaps make 100 of them and they're just sharing that one online and we're not seeing all the failed attempts? Perhaps they have had more experience and practice. Maybe they use different tools. Maybe they've used different materials, particularly in mixed media. Sometimes the type of paper you use or the type of paint underneath can really make a difference to the end project, whether you're using watercolours or acrylic paints. So maybe yours doesn't look like the original sample because your materials were slightly different. Maybe it just doesn't look like you expected it to, what you thought it might look like in your mind. And that again can be really frustrating as a crafter who's just starting out, because perhaps we haven't built up those skills yet. Maybe it's because we have unrealistic expectations. Again, that can be a real challenge in art journaling because sometimes we have some fantastic pictures in our minds and it doesn't come out that way. And what I've done to combat that is actually to set very low expectations when I start in art journaling. I have a process that I follow. I'll put down some paints and then some stencils, and then I'll stamp, and then I'll do some focal points, and then I'll blend it all in. But I may not have a good idea of what it will look like, and that means I can go with the flow. And I find that I'm less disappointed with the end results because I haven't had a clear understanding of what it might look like and then not be able to meet that. I can just go with the flow, see how it goes, and enjoy the creative process rather than getting caught up in the end results. Sometimes you might look at something and you don't like the colours. Well, that's an opportunity to learn more about colour theory. You might thought these colours look together and perhaps they don't quite. Maybe some of the shades are off, or we've got too many of light colours or too many opposite colours and we haven't quite get them working. So there's that opportunity to learn a little bit more about colours. Maybe we don't like the layout and the composition. And again, that's an opportunity to learn more about different composition rules, like the rules of threes or having odd things. So different ways of putting things together. And I think as adults, we kind of forget how we learn. We forget how hard it was to learn to walk, how hard it was to get our pen license at primary school, how hard it was to learn to drive, unless you've been teaching a young one in your life recently. And I think as adults, we often don't have an opportunity to learn something new. So when we do, we get so frustrated because we expect to be good at it the first go. And craft is just like any skill. We need the right tools, we need some instructions, and then we just need practice and perhaps the grace of ourselves to be allowed to play and to learn how to use them. So I would love to hear below in the comments when opportunities or chances when you've been disappointed in your craft and what you think might have been the underlying cause, and has that improved, or have you actually found it getting worse as you're more experienced? So I would love to have a discussion and hear about what makes you disappointed with your craft, and then hopefully we can get some improvements. Now, our P2P Craft online show is only a week and a bit away. It's on Friday the 4th and Saturday the 5th of August, and it's right here at the home of From Picture to Page on Papercraft Show in Facebook. It is free and live for both of those 2 days, and we're looking forward to a fantastic show. Now, for all the details, head over to our website, FromPictureToPageAndBeyond.com.au, where you can scroll down and click on the program. Now, that lists who's going to be on and what time. Not yet what they're doing, because we're still gathering that information, and then also how it will work. So it will be free and live here on Facebook for those sessions, and then over the next week or two they will be up on YouTube, so you can go back and revisit them again. Now, we'll also be sending out our downloadable program next week, but you must be on our mailing list. So again, head over to our website, FromPictureToPageAndBeyond.com.au, and you can scroll down, pop in your name and your email address, and it will end up in your inbox next Tuesday. So, who have we got coming along? I am so glad you asked. Now, we're kicking off on Friday the 4th of August at 9:30, and just like we do with this session, there'll be about a 2-minute countdown, and then we'll do a quick introduction, and that's your opportunity to make sure that you've liked the page, you've got notifications turned on, so you will not miss a minute. And then every hour we'll be going live with the next demonstration. Now, if there are problems, again, we'll make sure we communicate that to you through Facebook and do our very best to get up and running. So we'll be kicking off at 10 o'clock with Natalie May scrapbooking. We've then got Hillbilly scrapping. We've then got J Craft, and I know Jeanette is hoping to get in some new products to share with us for this session. We then got Jenny doing a session with us showing us how to do different scrapbooking and crafting layouts. Mel from Scrapbooking and Craft will then be joining us, and she's got some fantastic new stencils to share with us. I'll be then featuring some mixed media art and our new products of transfers that you may have seen before, but I'm going to show you a few different ways of using them. We'll then have Peninsula Papercraft Boutique, and then wrapping up on Friday. And then we'll be back again on Saturday the 5th of August, again kicking off at 9:30 for our welcome, and then jumping in with Michelle from Snazzy Scrapping. And I was speaking to her last week. She has got a gorgeous new release for us to play with, as well as an incredible offer, so you do not want to miss that session. We then got Hillbilly Scrapping, J Craft, Peninsula Papercraft Boutique, Scrapbooking and Craft, Mixed Media Art, and then Julie with Handmade Haven will be joining us in the afternoon. So we've got 8 or so different sessions. There'll be so much inspiration. And again, the great thing is you get to talk or hear from our fantastic retailers. You can ask any questions because you can be there live, and then we'll make sure that any questions that are posted later, we'll get back to those sessions as well. So that's what makes the From Picture to Page online shows so special. You really do get to know our retailers. You get to see what they're doing. You get to buy the products and then go back and replay the videos as well. So it's just so much fun for everyone. Now, also, we are heading off to Paperific in August. Now, that's on the Friday the 25th to Sunday the 27th of August at the Flemington Racecourse. All the details, head over to the Paperific website and you'll see who's going to be there. Now, our next P2P Craft D-Stash will be on Saturday the 2nd of September. Now, again, I've had a few questions about this, but as you know, the best place to go for all the details is to head over to our website, FromPictureToPageAndBeyond.com.au, scroll down, click on the D-Stash icon, and that will show you where it is, what date it is, and applications for store holders will be open early August. Now, of course, the best place to find out is to be on our email list, which you can sign up on our website, and be part of our Papercraft Posse group, because that's where the information goes out first. So if you want to sign up, we did end up with a wait list last session, so you would like to get your application in early, start sorting out your products, and get ready for another fantastic D-Stash market. And then finally, our P2P Craft Sandown Papercraft Show is in October now. 3 full days, Friday the 13th, Saturday the 14th, and Sunday the 15th of October. It is shaping up to be a really fantastic show. I'm so excited to see who we've got coming. We've got some of our favourites. We've got a couple of new retailers. There's going to be so many classes and demonstrations and make and takes on offer. So hopefully you can plan not 1, but 2, but 3 full days of crafting for that weekend. Tickets will be on sale mid-October. And of course, we'll be announcing the retailers around there as well. But for the moment, if you're a retailer and you would like to come along, please get in touch and or check your inboxes, because all the details have been sent out. Now, news from our Papercraft Posse. So our Papercraft Posse is our online Facebook group where we catch up between events and shows. And firstly, welcome to all of our new members. It's lovely to see you coming along. The guidelines are certainly part of what you've agreed to being there, but basically, share your craft, be nice, encourage others, and then if you do have something you'd like to sell or share with us, make sure you've shared something first. It's a great place to ask questions, reach out to the retailers, and generally be some of the first people to know what is going on. Now, this week's shares, we've had a whole heap of cards. Denise from Luscious Labels made some cards. Lisa made a gorgeous set of cards. Heidi's been making some cards. And even I have been back in the card making chair this week. That makes 3 full cards so far this year. Let's see if we can keep it up. We've got a gorgeous 3D creation by Tracy, so check that out. And then also we've had an update from Sharon from Paper Source to let us know what is going on there. So the Papercraft Posse really is the best place to come and share what you're working on and perhaps share what you've been disappointed with, and we can certainly see if we can help you out. Well, that's that for that week's update. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Stephanie. Lovely having you with us today. And so, yes, so firstly, our dash of inspiration. If you've been disappointed with your crafting, I'd like you to dig a little bit deeper and try and understand why, because then we can start to help you and develop your skills and, again, give yourself a bit of grace, because learning something new can often be a challenge. Our P2P Craft online craft show is not far away on Friday the 4th and Saturday the 5th of August. We'll be heading to the D-Stash on Saturday the 2nd of September, and of course P2P Craft Sandown in October. So for all the details, you know what to do. Head over to our website from picture2pageandbeyond.com.au. Make sure you sign up to our email list, and while you're here, whether you're watching us in Facebook or in YouTube, give us a like, leave a comment, and continue to share us with your crafty friends. So this is Michelle signing off. I hope you have a crafty day.